Is artificial intelligence coming for your job? Unless you've been living under a rock, you must have noticed that AI is everywhere at the moment. From ChatGPT to Google Bard, it seems to be all that anyone can talk about. So I decided to test out AI's e-commerce potential and see just how much more efficiently it can write product descriptions compared to a human in terms of both time and quality. I'm Manuela with Politics, and today we're pitting AI against a long-suffering member of our own creative team to see just how nervous he needs to be about his job security. I'm kidding. Kind of. Anyway, on top of that, we'll have a look at how you can already use AI to lower your costs, increase your efficiency, and ultimately decrease your time to market in a massive way. I mean, from automatic cybersecurity to self-driving cars, the machines are taking over. Last year, more than 35% of businesses around the world were already using AI in some way in their day-to-day, and this figure has definitely skyrocketed since then. AI language skills are getting more and more advanced. The number of people using voice assistants is expected to top 150 million in the US alone by 2025. College students are already getting AI to write their essays for them, naturally. An AI bot recently went viral for writing a short story about Aladdin meeting Marge Simpson. More than half of phone companies are now using AI chatbots, and 26% of global consumers say that they interact with AI every day. In short, AI, and AI for communication in particular, is taking off. All right, so before we get carried away going through the many other uses of AI appearing every day, let's have a look at one of the most significant things that AI can help with in the world of e-commerce. SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, which is basically making improvements to your product listings and your web shop so that these rank higher in search engines, which then increases the probability of people finding your products and hopefully buying them in the end. If you're not convinced about the importance of SEO, just consider the fact that nearly 40% of consumers only ever click on the first organic result that comes up when searching for a product online. Want to know how many click on the second link? About 15%. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, why don't I just pay to get that bonus spot above the organic results? Sure, it's more of an investment, but it'll pay off in the end, right? Nope. Studies have shown that the number of customers clicking on a paid link at the very top of the page, think sponsored, ad, whatever, is just 2.69%, which is more or less the same results you get when you're down around number 5 or 6 in the organic results. Not sure that's worth it. So SEO is the way to go.
Oh, that rhymed.
And a key element of SEO is having unique product descriptions for every product that you sell. Different search engines have different criteria and algorithms for how they order their results, and therefore how much prominence they give your products. But the one unifying factor seems to be that each description needs to be different. If two listings are too similar, they'll get pushed down the rankings because search engines will interpret them as duplicates of each other. This applies not only to selling similar products, but also to selling the exact same product on different platforms. Because of this, even if you don't have a massive product catalog, if you're selling in multiple places and you want that number 1 spot in the search engines, and believe me, you do want that number 1 spot, then someone's gonna have to spend ages creating a whole bunch of different product descriptions for the same product. On top of that, keeping track of all of those different descriptions and making sure that no two are alike is gonna be sort of a pain. So what's the solution? Enter StageRight, ChatGPT, Copy.ai, and many other increasingly proficient AI bots that are now capable of doing all of that legwork for you. In case you're one of the few who haven't had the chance to play with one yet, they're getting pretty good. I mean, just look at what ChatGPT produced when I asked it to explain one of my personal favorite e-commerce concepts, product information management.
Product information management is the process of centralizing and managing product data and information within an organization. PIM systems help organizations ensure that accurate and consistent product data is available to all departments and systems that need it.
If you're not familiar with PIM, trust me, that's pretty spot on.
Well said, ChatGPT, well said.
But can it do product listings and do them quickly and well? Is it gonna need a human editor to check whatever it produces and therefore lose some edge in terms of efficiency. To test this, we gave our content writer Mikey 5 different product descriptions from our Plitic swag store, which I'll link down below in case you're interested, and told him to write 2 new alternative versions of each one while being filmed. After that, we set ChatGPT to work generating product listings using the same initial descriptions for inspiration, with Mikey in the wings to edit the grammar and fact check if necessary. Here are the results. Our trusty writer Mikey took just under an hour to produce 20 unique listings. A surprisingly long time if you ask me, but hey, maybe I'm just speedy. In his own words,
the difficult part was avoiding repetition. If it had been 20 different products each with different characteristics to highlight, I definitely could have bashed them out a lot faster.
Sure, Mikey, whatever you say. ChatGPT, on the other hand, was able to churn out the same number in 10 minutes and 48 seconds, with most of the delay coming from the simple fact that their website is a little overloaded at the moment. As for usability, Mikey didn't really have to edit any of them to get them up to a decent technical standard, which means that going purely on time factor, ChatGPT is at least 5 times more efficient than a regular human writer. But what about the quality? Sure, the content generated by the AI was grammatically and technically accurate, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it reads well or it comes across as human. So to test this aspect, we took a random cross-section of our office and asked them which was which. Out of everyone we asked, we only saw 2 mix-ups between AI and human descriptions, meaning that the vast majority were able to correctly identify the man-made text. If you want to see if you can too, check out the link in the description to see all of the different descriptions and guess which is which. We then asked them a couple of other questions too, and here's what they had to say.
Which ones do I think are human and which ones do I think are AI? I'm going to go for A, sounds very, very robotic, or the 4 of them are robots and this is a play. If I didn't know that AI wrote 2 of them, no, I would have not have guessed it was AI, because by what I've seen of what AIs can write, it's actually really, really scary. I'm gonna get them to send my emails.
I mean, it's surprising that these other 2 are written by an AI, because they are very real. I mean, could have been written by a person as well. But this, I think the B and C has these elements that give me the feeling of a actual human interaction.
If I didn't know AI was involved, I probably think that these were just all rewritten by a person.
What would I think if I saw this? I would think they're all very playful. I think I'm right in what I think is the AI ones because they're missing specific points.
But it's interesting because the logic made sense.
I think it says something that I got the complete flip. It does, doesn't it?
A and D are a little more generic, whereas in B and C, there are a couple of jokey lines that just sound like your sense of humor.
The words compost environment, I would never really say that. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but I can understand for SEO purposes, compost environment is very keywordy. So I would guess that the B and C are the ones that use that, so that sounds kind of AI to me.
So what does all of this mean? Well, at least for now, it appears that a human touch is still preferable when it comes to writing engaging content for product listings. However, if you're trying to get a large number of products online as fast as possible, while still having readable content and making use of SEO, AI may well be your best bet. On that note, it's worth remembering that we were manually plugging the data for each product description into the AI, which definitely added to the time. Shopify recently announced that they'll soon be offering a feature called Shopify Magic, which will automatically generate product listings directly on the platform itself. If other channels follow suit, then this could cut down your time to market even further. Personally speaking, I would absolutely use AI to generate product listings. Even if my descriptions lack the human touch at first, I'd at least have something that customers could read and it would help me start ranking on SEO. Then I'd feel more relaxed taking my time to go through my various descriptions and add in those little touches that really draw the customers in. Granted, that is a lot of descriptions and a lot of text to keep track of, so I'd probably store them all in a PIM system for convenience. And if you're curious learning about what that would look like, then there's a link waiting for you in the description. All right, so what do you think? Are you already giving AI a go or thinking about it for the future? What other tasks would you like to see AI take off your hands as soon as possible? Let us know in the comments, or if that sounds too time consuming, hey, you can always get an AI bot to write a comment for you. Anyway, we constantly have more videos coming out about AI and other new trends in the world of e-commerce. So if you want to be notified when that comes out, then make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that bell to see just how nervous he needs to be about his job security. I'm kidding. Kind of.
Mikey wrote this to himself.
He did. He wants people to hate me.